right, this is MGTOW. Bam. Unplugged. Do you like John F. Kennedy or MLK Jr.? You like one of those two, man? John F. Kennedy or MLK Jr.? Right now, two alpha males, John and Steve, walked into a gay bar. And when the patrons saw them, they said, "Hey, John and Steve, welcome back." What do you know about funny? Okay, right now, if you like John F. K. and and MLK Jr., let me give you a little bit of news here. When we was younger, we were taught that these men were great men. We read everything about them, and they sacrificed their lives for us. And when you're in elementary, you want to do book reports about them, you can go and read all kinds of great things about these two men and how they sacrificed their lives for us. You can't read anything bad. And that tailor on to junior high school and even into high school. You read all this great stuff about these two men. But when you start tailing off into high school, you start hearing other stuff about these two men. That they was, MLK was a pansexual, and JFK was a skirt chaser, allegedly. But we done sacrificed or gave up 10, 15 years thinking that these men were great. And so we say, well, they had, they were great men, but hey, they had weaknesses. So what? But they were still great men. Nobody's perfect. You even got religious people who know about these guys cheating on their wives. Oh, but they were still great men. You see, that's what we do. But if a woman does that, she's a slut, whore, cunt, bitch, and a devil. But we bow down to these men that openly cheated on their wives and did not give a shit if she knew about it or not. And we call these men heroes. We bow down to these men and say they was great despite their faults. But if I were to do that, I guarantee you I will suffer the consequences. We allow these men to do it. Why? Because as a young kid, we was fed a fucking fairy tale. And through no fault of our own, we bought into it. And by the time we realized it's a fucking fairy tale, we compensated and said, well, they still a great man. Which is bullshit. They're not great men. They're lousy men. They're men that we shouldn't look up to at all. Okay? Just realize that John F. K. and MLK Jr. make Trump, Clinton, hell, even LBJ waited until he got on a plane to engage in sex. Make those guys look like choir boys. At least they tried to hide their sexual activities. MLK Jr. and John F. Kennedy didn't give a shit who knew what they was fucking. They didn't give a shit if their wives knew. They did it openly and plainly if they were their wives. The way their sexual habits was, I can't believe that they was really, really married to these women. Not the way that they acted. They couldn't possibly be married to those women. I mean, they was married to them, but like really married to them. I mean, goddamn, JFK had a woman in the White House for every month he was in the White House, which is 33 months. You know, it's sickening. I mean, and MLK Jr. was a pansexual, allegedly, and was a chain smoker. Let me ask you something. When I was growing up, I never knew this man was a chain smoker. There wasn't no beat reporter out there would show this man chain smoking anywhere. I mean, hell, they got pictures of the time, hours before he was going to get assassinated. Nobody showed this man chain smoking. Would that be good evidence against a communist? A chain smoking communist? No, it was never mentioned. You had to research and find out he was a chain smoker. Chain smoking, alcohol drinking, pansexual, the man that is MLK Jr. Okay? But yeah, we look up to these men, and we call women who engage in the same behavior whores, cunts, sluts, and everything else. Men can do it, but women, you subject to not to do this shit. Okay? You have to break free from the fucking damn illusion that these kids, since birth, has been taught this fairy tale fucking romance that they have no control of. They've been taught since birth somebody was going to ride in on a fucking white horse and save them from the fucking world. And you wonder why they bitter? They've been taught this shit since they was a fucking kid. Now they're 30 years old and they haven't seen a fucking white horse or a prince, a perfect man come in their life. They tell them, wait on a perfect fucking person. And there are women on the fucking internet dating sites are actually waiting on this fucking white knight to swoop in one day and rescue their ass. Dude, that is torturous. We down to women, and majority of our women go years and years, just like we do. We are the same suffering, waiting on a fucking illusion that our society paints for them. Then we call them bitches, whores, and cunts and all kinds of shit when society is doing this to them. Not them. Break free from your childish behavior and look at this like a grown fucking man. And stop blaming people for your problems. It's not individuals that are responsible for your problems. It's corporations. Okay? Ain't no way since birth we should be getting along with females. It should be taught. We should be working side by side with females where we never would have a problem. No, they teach us to hate each other. Don't listen to each other. You're right, they're wrong. That's bullshit. And I'm asking you, don't let these motherfuckers control your thought process. You get yourself stronger. You get yourself healthier. You get yourself in right line for yourself. And you go choose a woman and help her break free from this nonsense that they give them. They give them a bunch of fucking nonsense. And they need men like you and me to break them free from the simple nonsense that they are fed. But we need mature men to do it. Not a man is going to blame somebody. But we need mature men to do this. You need to stop listening to these damn alpha males that tell you to hate somebody. Meanwhile, they doing anything they want. They tell you to hate, but they go up and do everything. You don't worry about being with a woman. You go be by yourself. But meanwhile, they doing whatever the fuck they want to. You need to smarten up and stop listening to these fucking alpha males. And be your own self. You don't even listen to me. I'm saying this just for you to be your own self. And stop hating and better yourself. And I guarantee you, once you better yourself and come to a better outlook, the whole world is going to start making sense to you. All right, I'll talk too much. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Don't hate, guys. Don't hate. You have to learn. Don't hate. Hate blocks you from learning. Thank you.